Hello all, welcome back. In the previous videos, we have seen the DAX queries, how to write a DAX queries against a tabular model. Now we are going to continue from our previous videos where we have created a project. Now I am going to modify some column properties, how to hide columns and how can we add a new column and how to change the column data size like a data type. That all we are going to see in this video. So this is a tabular model which I have already created, which we created and in the previous videos. After that, I have added two. This is a subcategory and category. These are two things I have added. Okay. Now I want to add one more. So in order to add that, I can do it in two ways. That is, I can go to the model. I can use the existing connections. I can do that. Other thing is that I can directly go to the model, start from the beginning, input from the data. So that's the thing I can do. I'll just use the existing connection here. Open. Done. Now select the tables. I'll select the customer table here. Team customer. Finish. And you have to remember, when you add table by table, the relation is not made by default. Okay. When you add all the tables at a time, then you'll have the relationship, because you are getting all the tables. So whatever relationship is there, it will be displayed. But if you are pulling table by table, if there is no relationship, like even though there is no relationship, the system will not automatically detect it because you added the table later on. Because the customer has some thousands of records, so it will have that. So now I'll be relating the table. This is a customer key. So let's take the internet sales. We have the customer key here. Yep, I have the customer key. I'll drag this and drop and map the customer key. That's done. Yep. And one more thing you have to remember is that, so the internet sales is joined with the date key on multiple columns, right? But the one which is solid, so that's the main one it is joined with. That is with the order key. So when we write the DAX queries against that, and we have seen one scenario where we did a group by, like with the date calendar year, in the group by condition, where we did this one, right? Like we took the column from the date, but we didn't mention the column and what columns we are joining. So by default it will join on order key because this is a solid line. So if you take the calendar year or anything, that all relates based on the order key. Okay. And now what I am going to do is that I am going to change some properties. Like if I want to change any column properties like this, right click, so you can rename it. Okay. And whatever the relationship you want, you can create a new relationship, or drag and drop. That's the one way we can create a relationship, or you can create that way. You can create a hierarchy. If you want to delete, you can delete. What is hide from the client tools? Let's take, you'll have some columns which you might be using, but you don't want to use that further. You don't want that to be displayed for the client. Let's say the Spanish name, French day name, and I don't want to show a promotion key. Okay. So whatever the columns I want to, I will select that columns and then right click on them and say hide from the client. That's it. When I do that, that column will be not shown for the client. When the client try to access this tabular model, you will not be able to see this two columns. Now what we are going to do is that in the customer table, I have the customer, so I'll right click the table. Okay. Here if you want to add a column or do anything, so the best you can say go to. When you go to, it will take to the table here. What I like to do is that I got the first name, right click on the first name, I'll insert a column, and in that you can see here, yeah, it's taking some time because it has used data. I got a calculated column here. I can rename the calculated column. Whatever the column I want, I can rename the calculated column here. Okay. Yeah, it has some properties. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, I given the formula, right? So that's the reason it's said equal. Okay. Okay, I'll give the formula and then I'll rename it. I'll give equal to. So I need the first name, and then I want to add it with the last name. Last name. That's done. Now I'll have the data here. Since it has used data, so it is calculating that the first name and last name, then it is storing that values in the calculated column. Now since I have the data, right click, and now I can rename it. Whatever the rename I want, I can rename it. I'll name it as a full name. Done. Okay. So and since I already have the full name, I can hide the first name and middle name. So first name, middle name and last name, highlight all the 3 columns. Done. So that the client will not be seeing these 3 columns. Now if I want to change any data type of any column, so let's take with the date column. I'll go to the date dimension, like a date table, and see here I have a table, I have a full date alternate key. If you see here, actually the original data was in the date format, but it got converted into the date time, and you can see all the times here, like you can see 12 as a standard time. Okay. Now if I want to connect any if I want to connect this, like if I want to change anything like a data type of this, I can just go view. I can see the properties window. I can open that. So I got my properties window here, right? So I can select this properties window, and whatever stuff I want, whatever data type I want, I can change it here. So I got it here. I'll select the column in the properties window. It is a date format. If I click on it, whatever format you want, you can select, and it shows date format general. When I click, I have multiple types here. Whatever type I want, I can select. You just want month, date, I can select that. Month, date, year, yes, I can select it. Automatically the data will be done in that format. If I want to store any other format, select it here. If you want decimal, yes, text, you can text it. Whatever format you want, you can text it. You can select the format, and you can change the format of the column. So whatever you want, you can just click on the Excel, and it will yeah, it will connect to the Excel, and you'll have the whatever the tables you can see it here, the same will be shown in the Excel, and you'll have the Power Pivot window open, and whatever stuff you want, if you want to build any charts or something, you can directly build it. That's a good feature here. Okay, so see you guys, and we'll meet in the next video with a few other topics. Thank you. Bye. Take care.